clumsily into the back of Chris Payne, who did a good job just drawing the free kick. Another opportunity for the Fury to put a ball deep into the box.
Cernak again driving this one. Keep it in, get there, Satuya! It's across the line, and the Fury have a shock lead. And Satuya is claiming it.
It was a messy goal, but they won't worry about that as the celebration continues in the corner. Well, they've threatened early. 2 or 3 times now, dangerous balls into the penalty area. We've seen Melbourne Victory falter early in the season from this sort of situation. Pekovic missed with the punch, it fell to Sapuya, and then somehow it managed to scramble its way between the players on the line. I think it was Vargas and Dugandzic, and between them they just couldn't keep it out.
Interesting to see whether Sapuya is ultimately credited with the goal, but you fancy it might be an own goal against Roddy Vargas. Back off Mate Dugandzic perhaps. He does have a wonderful scoring record, the Ugandan. Layout towards Pondolyak, who got away from Makoto. And he goes down, Robbie Cruz, and a penalty is given. There's a card coming as well, and it's a red card. Well, the Scottish referee is making a name for himself, but in what way, Paul Trimboli? That looked a little harsh.
It looked a little harsh. It was brilliant work from Pondolyak. He just did the body work, got himself into space behind O'Connor. He drew Hughes across. He just laid it into the path, looking for Robbie Cruz. And it was Chris Grossman, I think, who came across. There was some contact, according to the referee. He pointed to the spot, didn't hesitate at all. The whistle very quick to the mouth and very quickly into the pocket for the red card. And Chris Grossman, we talked about how positive the start to the season had been for him. Well, this afternoon it started to unravel.
Round 3 has turned into a nightmare. The referee saw something pretty cynical by Grossman. He had hands all over the shoulders of Cruz. No doubt that he's probably made the right decision, but is it a red card?
I think it was probably a little bit harsh. There were some players coming across. Simon Story was trying to get across. Referee will claim he was the last man, and he was in shooting position. He was only about 12 yards from the goal. But the opportunity now for Melbourne from the spot to level things.
And Kevin Muscat doesn't miss too many. He did miss in the grand final, famously, of course. Now the captain steps up, straight down the middle. And this is the script that the Melbourne Victory fans had in mind. They're back level.
Yeah, cool as you like from Kevin Muscat from the penalty spot. Look at the fans behind that goal there in raptures. First goal at the new stadium for the home side. Wonderful work for Pondolyak. He slipped a Cotto, he drew Hughes, and then he put it in a beautiful spot for the run of Cruz. Alleged to have been held back from Grossman, and then Muscat, look at that, just allowing the keeper to move to the right and drifts it down the middle. That's brilliant.
No risk of coming back off the post that time from Kevin Muscat, as it did on grand final day in the shootout against Sydney FC, who started this afternoon as a right back. Now he's clipping at the heels of Hernandez, who rode the challenge and found Kellaway. Makoto dived in. Nice work from Kellaway. Could have gone down, he does. That's a penalty. Listen to the cheers. Ironic ones in some senses. But the Melbourne Victory fans finally had the penalty they've been baying for.
Oh, it's incredible. Have you ever seen a game where there's been that many calls for a penalty? That time, wonderful work. Carlos Hernandez, he just turned Simon Story near the halfway line. He set Kellaway away, and Okada came flying in. Brilliant work from the winger. And then the trailing leg, he came across. I think it was Osama Malik. And he didn't quite get there. And I think it was his left leg that caught Kellaway. The momentum took him forward.
There'll be a lot of people saying that the first point of contact's outside the box, but he gets him again inside the box. It's a great decision to give the penalty, is it not, Mark Bosnick?
No, outside the box.
I felt it was at the left leg, Brenton, that came across and caught him.
It's a penalty because effectively you're playing the advantage. The second foul occurs inside the box. Penalty given Muscat with the chance to make it 2-1.
What odds you give me that he misses?
He doesn't miss many. Muscat again against Passfield. They're finally in front at Amy Park, the Melbourne Victory, and Kevin Muscat celebrates. Who else would you expect but their spiritual leader and captain to put them in front finally?
And you have to credit Kevin Muscat. Cool as you like. We remember that grand final miss out in the penalty shootout, but today, calm and clinical from the spot. Again, punched that one to the left of Passfield, and it was coming. You just sensed it. They were starting to get space in behind. We see Callaway just got the toe beautiful, and then Malik's left leg comes up, catches him on the shin, and his momentum took him down. And that's brilliant work from the winger. Credit Ernie Merrick. He made the change. He got Callaway on. He had him wide on the touchline, and it's reaped the benefit. And then Muscat, calm as you like.
He hit the left post as he looks at it in the grand final. Tonight he's gone up the middle and to the right-hand side. He wasn't flirting with that left-hand post this evening.
No, he wasn't. I think he's buried the ghost of that grand final miss today with these 2 penalties. Takes a very brave player, Trimmers, to take 2 penalties in the one game. One thing Kevin Muscat does, he very rarely, when he's approaching the penalty, he has the ball in his peripheral vision, but he normally looks at the goalkeeper. That's why you see a lot of the balls go down the middle, because he waits for the goalkeeper to move, and then because he practices so much, he puts the ball the other way.
Timing and the challenge by Muscat. What about Cernak? Some of his trickery out there on the wing. He'll get to take the corner again. But he couldn't get an extended run at the Raw, and now he's showing his worth with an extended run in the side here.
Yeah, confidence given to him from the coach, and he's so good. He almost likes it. The tighter it is in the contest, the better he is. He just tiptoes past people. Fantastic to watch. They're going to be an exciting team to follow all season, the Fury.
Plenty going on off the ball here. Referee eventually sorts it out. Cernak drives it in again. Dyron Dale's there. Penalty given.
Oh my God!
And a yellow card for Diogo Ferreira, the new man on.
The away
He's been
supporters
accused
are in
of
runches.
cuddling his opponent, and the Melbourne victory. Well, they thought they were on their way to 3 points.
No,
Now the Fury have a chance to equalise. Extraordinary.
Well, the only thing I can think of is there was a little bit of a coming together just prior to the kick, and he called it back to have a word. Now, if he said to them, I don't want to see any of that because I'm going to book you, and now we see the reaction.
Well, there's been another red card. They're down to 9 men. Okoto got a little crazy. A Melbourne Victory player wound up on the deck.
I think it was Kevin Muscat. I think it was Muscat who went down, and he's induced something there, and that's disappointing for the Fury. Let's not forget they've got the ball on the penalty spot, but there was a lot of angst, and Okoto's pushed Muscat in the chest.
He led with the head, but he's only pushed him. That is certainly not a straight red card, is it, Mark Bosnich?
I'd like to see it again.
Oh, what a debut.
I do not think that was a red card at all.
What a debut for Chris Boyle.
Actually, I'd like to see it again because I think he's actually bent down to pick up either the referee's whistle or something on the floor.
It looked like he was trying to push Muscat out of the way to retrieve something off the deck.
And Franz Stracker has gone to take Okoto down to the tunnel. The coach felt he needed to get involved. He's given some sympathy by the 4th official to step out of his technical zone just to clear things up.
Oh, Bozza, that post-match tonight's going to go for 2 hours.
How much stoppage time is there going to be as well?
Oh.
But in the meantime, the Fury had the chance to equalise with 9 men.
And as we said, he did call the players together just prior to that corner kick, and he had some strong words. So obviously something was going on, and he wanted to make a point, and then the players have obviously not responded, and he's pinged them.
He's obviously told them, Trimmers, if that happens again, I'm going to give a penalty. They've done it, he's given a penalty. But my mate Muskie, he went down like a sack of potatoes.
Chris Payne has had a long time to think about it. And he sends Pekovic the wrong way. The 9-man Fury. Can they hang on now? 2-2.
And as you said, Chris Payne, that is fantastic effort. He had so much time to play the mind games with himself, Bozza, but he kept his cool. A big contingent of Melbourne Victory fans behind that goal, but Payne took the responsibility. He stepped up and he nailed it home. We see here's the coming together.
Nothing more than the physical contact we're used to seeing. Chris Boyle is certainly making a name for himself in his Hyundai A-League debut. The Scottish referee out of the Scottish Premier League. He's a university lecturer up in Wagga Wagga. He might get a lecture or two off one or two of the coaches at the end of this one.